So the question is, how do we, as producers of live entertainment and producers of live content, still deliver or find a way to deliver an engaging and dynamic experience for our audiences, our consumers, in these uncertain times of COVID-19? Well, I'm here to tell you that there are technologies out there that have already been used to create a virtual footprint that's very efficient and cost-effective, that can be adopted in the live entertainment arena in order to achieve delivering a dynamic experience to the consumers today during the new normal. So what I mean by that is remote integration technologies allow sporting organizations, for example, organizations I've worked with, such as Major League Soccer, to have a footprint of just several cameras in each stadium, backhaul the signal from each camera via IP to a central location or a central master control, be able to switch those cameras, and also to have the announcers at another location outside of the stadium and integrate all of those elements, the announcers, the cameras, the graphics, in one central location, and then be able to broadcast that, whether it's via IP or to social media networks, simultaneously to OTT channels or legacy broadcast networks, all at once, all very efficiently and all done from one location. Now imagine taking that model and that footprint and applying it to the live entertainment arena. I believe by far it's the best solution and the most promising way for us in the live entertainment space to be able to create safe and engaging events and deliverables for our consumers. So imagine taking this remote integration model and having cameras in different locations where your performers are. Maybe one is in Los Angeles, maybe one is in New York, maybe one is in Miami. And then you have a central place where you bring all those feeds into one master control room, and you're able to switch them along with having a master of ceremonies at yet another location, perhaps a studio somewhere, and then be able to package that in a live way, just as if you were doing a live show with full graphics and roll-in packages and everything like that, and then be able to broadcast it immediately on the spot, real time, to everywhere from a traditional broadcast network all the way down to social media networks, all simultaneously. Facebook or YouTube Live or anything like that, including the OTT channels, Apple, Roku, Prime, and all of these. So, in general, I believe that the technologies to be able to find the solutions that we need in the live entertainment space now have already existed. However, they might have been flying under the radar because we might not have been embracing these technologies because they were applications used in certain sporting events. But if you consider that a sporting event, a live sporting event, has the same basically the same model and the same execution as a live entertainment event, then why not? Why shouldn't we be able to take these technologies that are affordable and very efficient and be able to create these new experiences? At the end of the day, we as, again, producers of live entertainment might discover that this solution is not only more cost-effective or actually less expensive than what the live component was prior to COVID, but that also our consumers are becoming accustomed to this type of experience. So we don't know how long this new normal is going to last, but we do know that we have to react to it, we have to respond to it, and we have to adapt with it right now. And our industry in the live entertainment space has been suffering greatly because of what's been going on. So this might be a very quick way to take, again, a proven concept and be able to adopt it and apply it to the live entertainment space. There are many industries that are actually benefiting, unfortunately, from what's a horrible situation in today's world. For example, the healthcare industry. Whereas before COVID, hospitals and hospital systems were really trying to promote the use of telemedicine, remote consultation between a doctor and a patient, where, many of the things that people needed to see a doctor for, they really did not need to see the doctor physically. And that was one of the reasons why cost of healthcare is so high, because they would go to the hospital for things that could be done remotely. Yet only 10% prior to COVID were really adopting this type of technology to see their doctor. During COVID and after COVID, that number has risen to past 90%. Above 90% of consumers in the healthcare space are now using telemedicine. Perhaps it's because they're afraid to go to the hospital, or perhaps they don't want to leave their home. But whatever the reason, the technology that was already there and nobody was using and had a proof of concept is now being used by the majority. Likewise, I would like for all of you producers out there to consider that there are existing technologies, there are existing solutions and platforms that you could use, and you could use now. If you have an event that you were holding off on, there really is no reason to do it. You have to plan it well, but you can create a very dynamic experience for your consumers, and you can keep your artists safe, and you can keep your audience safe, and still be able to, in very interesting ways, generate some new revenues. For example, you can create these events and put them in a platform that's a monetized platform for pay-per-view. But you can also then sell ad space on these streaming platforms, much like YouTube sells ad space on their platform, and so on and so forth. So by considering to embrace these already existing technologies of remote integration and applying them to the live entertainment industry, I believe that most of you producers out there will discover that the possibilities are basically just in your imagination of how you can package all this and be able to get back to work and get the live entertainment industry back on its feet. So I compel you to do a little bit of research and look into embracing these IP-based technologies to create some great experiences.